Fielded in the end zone. It's Mobley. He just about popped that one for a long one, but as it is, he gives his team a lot of momentum with a solid return. Changing the play. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Under pressure. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. There he goes. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Hurricanes.
Oof, and after that pick six, not the start this quarterback wanted. You're going to have to be really good about having a short-term memory and just turn the page. There's tons of football here to be played. You made a big mistake on that last throw. Don't let it beat you for the rest of this football game. You've got a lot of ball left to play. You've got to keep going.
On the return, it's Mobley. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Sets his feet, it's Carr. Out wide right, it's Porter. Could not make his way to the corner. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. Notre Dame ready to go back to work with another first down. Here's Carr to throw. Release to the back. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Bringing it back. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Miami. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
Can't hang on, he muffs it. Ball loose in the end zone. Defense all over it, and they stop the drive, and they'll get a touchback. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. Here we go, ready, go. Throwing, Carr. Here comes the heat. Makes the grab with a big throw. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. Big play for the Irish there, reminiscent of a Tim Brown or Rocket Ismail.
Yeah, and I'm glad you used the reference in the last 30 years, Reese. You know, just trying to find playmakers at Notre Dame, and Michael Mayer, obviously, in the recent years, was a guy that you could really, really depend on. Trying to find those golden takes, those elite players out wide is something they've been missing over the last several years.
In the red area, it's Jackson. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gained a little bit of everything on that one. They are really clicking along. First and goal on just the 4th play of the drive. move on the open. He just throws it away, and it'll bring up second down.
And I really like that decision by this quarterback. Listen, you've got a lot of downs here. It's first and goal. You're in scoring position. If you don't feel comfortable, throw that ball away. Live to fight another down.
Trying to pound it in. And he charges across the line. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
And I tell you what, this offense, man, we got a small sample size. We only had one game where they were unbelievable last game, but another score early in this football game. This offense is looking like a force to be reckoned with.
Let's see if he can make a play on the return. He's out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and that's where this offense will go to work. From the gun, it's Pringle. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
And that is absolutely not a surprise. Great job by the defense. And what did they do? They doubled. Palmer, you got a number one receiver out wide that we know they're going to force you. How do you take it away? How do you send those double teams? What kind of coverages do you mix up? But a lot of attention early on that young man.
Yeah, and I think for the quarterback, David, that's one you just got to give that one to the defense and say, good call, you doubled my best receiver, I got to go somewhere else with the football. You're going to get opportunities to throw this guy the ball. He's one of the best in the entire country. You just got to be a little bit more selective and find those one-on-one matchups.
Looking for room, it's Hawkins. Turns it on in midfield. Could be an alley. Running inside the 20. And he's in. Pounding his way in for the score. Touchdown, Cade.
And it's the game-breaking speed you see right there. He takes it all the way to the house. It's that speed. That's the reason why a lot of people thought if he had declared for the NFL draft, he would have been playing on Sundays now. There's just not a lot of running backs in college football that can run like this guy.
And it's so nice to have that guy back. Like, to keep that guy on your roster, it's like recruiting the best player in the country, right? You got one of the best backs. To be able to keep that guy on your roster was the big offseason coup. Like you mentioned, the NFL can also transfer, can go make money elsewhere. To keep him on the roster, and he shows you why. This guy is the catalyst, one of the best in the country at his spot.
Just a short pass to the tight end. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. Notre Dame right back to the line.
That's a great example of the defense there, tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Drives inside. Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the first down at the 30.
And most offenses, man, it's about controlling the line of scrimmage, getting the run game going. And when you got a back that's averaging over 5 yards a touch, like I'm not great at math, guys, but every 2 touches I'm getting a first down, I'd say the offense will be in a really good position all game long.
They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Carr. Fires to the middle. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
Well, it's a great job by the back end of the defense that time, making up for what the front end of the defense couldn't do. The quarterback had all day to throw that ball, but it was the hit and coverage that forces the incompletion.
To the air. It's Carr. This time he's got it. Finally stopped at the 46 after a 15-yard gain. Notre Dame comes to the line that last completion, giving them a fresh set of downs.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. reached a break, and Miami is holding on to the lead. As we get a look at some stats, this is the best start they could have hoped for. So first down here as they go back to work. C.J. Carr firing again. Rush right in his face. Got his man. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. Notre Dame comes to the line. That last completion giving them a fresh set of downs. Here's Carr to throw. Rush is on. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Long way to go on second down. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Wants to throw it. Escapes the pressure going right. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
They're all over it. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. Fourth down, baby.
On the run from inside his own 5. He's forced out of bounds at his own 19-yard line. An excellent job of coverage on that one. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Throwing Reed. He'll try to do it himself. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there. I don't know why, but it's a thing. The ACC Wheel of Destiny. You spin it, you never know how it's going to come up, and you can't afford to give away a game early in a conference like this.
And I think both of these coaching staffs, they understand that. They've been preaching to their team, we've got to start fast. Not just in this game. We've got to start the season fast. We've got to take advantage of this opportunity.
And I think Reese hit it right in the head, too. The Wheel of Destiny, right? It seems like it's a new team every year that's playing in the championship and appears to be a wide-open league. So a lot of turmoil, a lot of change. I think that starting 1-0 is an important step to getting to that championship game.
The Hurricanes will punt this one away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. Here comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when the plays present themselves, you just simply got to make them.
Left side, it's Jackson. Touchdown! Ball back over the end and stroll into the end zone for the score.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Reed gets rid of it. Got his man on the right. Big play. Takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47.
And that's why why, as a former quarterback, man, I love these drag routes, because if you get the right coverage and it's man-to-man and someone gets picked or can't keep up with your receiver, you just put it out nicely in front of them, they're going to make the catch, and they're going to take it a long way. Really great execution. Nice job by the receiver creating separation, and beautiful throw out in front of the target.
And the Canes come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. He's past the mark. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
This running back in the Miami backfield is deadly because of his speed. He's so elusive. You get the feeling like he could score any single time he has the ball. He gives the offense a lot of balance, but he gives them that home run ability, too.
Breaks into the open. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here. The Canes will line it up on 1st and 10. Reed. Still looking to his right. And they stop him just short of the goal line. They'll mark it at the 1.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
That's a backbreaker through the offensive coordinator, because if the first down ran the ball, had a really nice game, short yard situation, you just get completely blown up. But now you're having to probably dial up the throw on 3rd down. You need more consistency from the guys on the field.
Well, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Bush is ahead. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Hurricanes.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
And with the extra point, we have a 28-17 ball game. Fielded in the end zone, it's Moret. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Fires downfield. Right side, it's Graham. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down.
Love the poise on that play. You saw when he escaped the pocket, he was on the move. He didn't take his eyes from looking downfield. He kept reading the coverage, located a receiver, and picked up a huge chunk of play.
And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to him.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
Throwing, Carr. Pulls it in, it's Graham. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. Notre Dame lines up quickly. Quarterback signaling to his guys. Again, it's Carr. Turns it upfield. And that won't quite be enough for the first down as he's knocked down just short of the sticks. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move him back. Just a terrible, terrible mistake. So instead of getting off the field on 4th down, the offense has a 1st and 10. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Gonna let it fly. Got it in stride inside the 20. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. Notre Dame comes to the line. That last completion giving them a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw. It's Carr. Can't hold on in the face of the contact.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball.
And they added 6 more on the board with that trip to the house. What a game he's had. 3rd touchdown of his with 10-5 in the season.
That was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
Here's the return from inside his 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Here's Reed to throw. He tries to take the top off. He's got it on the left. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. Pass completion, move the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Fresh set of downs going up top. He unleashes a long one. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up. He had him open there, and I know this quarterback expects to make that throw.
It's a tough throw because, again, you got a couple steps on the guy. That's not wide open. These DBs are so fast, but that is a throw that you do expect a guy like that caliber, to be able to play a little pitch and catch and make that happen.
Second and long here. Moves the pocket. It's Reed. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Yeah, you don't see that often, right? This guy is elite. He's one of the best in the business. This is what he does for a living, obviously. That's why he gets paid millions of dollars. Yes, so I don't expect many misses in this guy right now.
And after the big play to start the drive, now 2 straight incompletions, and they need to find a way on 3rd down. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. So Miami signals for a timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And the Canes getting set on 1st and 10. Throwing Reed. Unloads to the wideout. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. 2nd down, gonna throw it. Buying time to his right. Run out of bounds, they'll spot him at the 24.
Man, what a nice run by the Q. Great job exploding, getting upfield, and then smartly getting out of bounds. And man, how hard is it to stop an offense with a guy at the quarterback spot that's so dynamic?
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on 3rd down. Trying to make magic with his feet. Quarterback slides, and he's got enough for the first down. Timeout is called. They let it get down to 3 seconds before stopping the clock, and they'll have a chance to put points up before the break. So with only seconds left in the half, here comes the field goal unit. Never a doubt. Now up by 7 points here in the second.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll start the return inside his 25. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books and time scores from around the country.
Fellas, we welcome you into our palatial Orlando studios for the Week 3 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with a look at the Pitt Panthers taking on the USF Bulls. And it's Pitt looking to make it 3 straight to start the new year. They're already on top in the first half.
The Canes offense comes onto the field looking to put together a drive. They open this third quarter on top, and they built them, looking for a big play.
Let's check in now on some of the other action today, as the landscape in this sport truly is ever-changing.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Reed. Look out. Got out of trouble and throws. Timed that hit perfectly to keep it from making the grab. It'll be third down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put it in on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
A strike downfield. He's loose down the middle. Past the 20. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Miami.
I just love that about this team, because right when it looks like the opponent has just a glimmer of hope, scoring a touchdown on the last drive, they just come right back out, David, and they put their foot down on the gas. They put their foot down on your throat. They stay aggressive and score a touchdown of their own.
It's just such an explosive offense, man. They can hurt you so fast. They're so dangerous. Defenses don't know what to do. You're right. Great answer. You give them a touchdown, you go right back and get you.
Notre Dame comes onto the field ready to go to work. So this second half didn't exactly start the way they had hoped on defense, and now the offense will try to answer with a score of its own. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. Notre Dame right back to the line. Here come the Irish again, this time doing it through the air.
And getting a little balance, right? We talked about how they like to be physical, they like to run the football. When you get that balance going, man, it makes it easy to call plays, start to settle in, everything looking good on offense.
And a play like that, that seems routine, but it only works if the quarterback can get the ball out on time and out in front of the wide receiver. That allows the receiver to keep separation from the defender, and the ball hits him in stride.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Carr. Turns it upfield. No chance to run, but they still move it forward. Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on second and short.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Dropping back, it's Carr. Oh, pressure's coming. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. And that's why the ball falls incomplete.
They'll need a bunch on second down. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Looking for the edge. It's Coleman Williams. And again, finds nowhere to run. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage this time. From the gun on third down, Carr. Fires to the tight end. A big third down stop by this defense, but they are still in field goal range.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Now, wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here.
coverage on that fourth down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Under pressure. Open space at the 25. Gets down, and like they say, touchdown, first down, or get down, and he got 2 of those on that one.
And, man, you see it again, and it's got to be frustrating for this defense. Like, there's a reason the offense has the lead, and it's because the QB can drop back and do things like that. It's supposed to be a pass, everybody playing pass, but he's just got such a knack and such a feel to take off and run and make people miss and create explosive plays, and that's why they built the lead here today.
Incomplete. Big fight for the ball, but it falls to the ground.
Well, that's unfortunate. This receiver's got real strong hands. That's why they put this play in their playbook. They know if he goes down the field, jumps up, he's got the hands to bring it in on that play.
Makes the grab in their space. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Man, they've been scoring a lot of points. When you've got the skill and you've got the speed outside at wide receiver, that's why. And here we are in the second half, and nothing's changing. If they can't cover us, we're going to keep taking shots, and that's what you got to do. This quarterback right now, he's in a beautiful rhythm. He's seeing the field. The game looks slow to him right now, and he's executing at an incredibly high level. And these receivers outside, man, they are winning each and every time.
What a great... by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit down, sir.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Reed. Rolls right. Pressure's there, and he lets it go.
I'm impressed with this defense, man, because that QB is lightning fast. You see how fast that defender was able to get to him and force the incompletion? Wow.
Here comes this whole crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Deafening noise. Reed trying to cut through it. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
And they can't get on top of it to down it, so that ball will come out to the 20. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Motion from the back. On the direct snap, it's Jackson. Thrust that arm out. He navigates some traffic, steps out of bounds at the 27 as this offense tries to get something going.
All right, so not a home run play for the offense, but I do like the creativity, and I like how they're going to stress this defense and do it in less conventional ways.
Here's Carr to throw. Here comes the heat. Just barely got rid of it.
There's nothing better than being a defensive lineman and a defense period that pressure the quarterback, that gets hits on him, that make him feel uncomfortable, especially when you come into their building and you get everybody really, really quiet. That's a great feeling.
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35.
Well, you got to be able to turn the page quickly on defense. Just gave up a first down on the ground, but
Intercepting. The defense has set him up. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Canes. A pick six. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. What a play by this defense with the pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
From deep, it's Mobley. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Throwing, Carr. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Long way to go on second down. Looking for a man. It's Carr. Shoots it to the left. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He'll work and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds. There he goes. Snap on first down, wants to throw. He lobs one high down the left side. And it's picked off at the goal line. Taking it the other way. And what a way to end the quarter for this defense, forcing the big turnover. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Miami is on top. A quick pause here to look at the numbers as they are